Hi, it's Alex Wilson, Isle of Man Stamps and Coins at Postal Headquarters, and I'm here today with Juan Moore, Manx artist and designer of Island of Culture stamp issue, and Michael Lees, event director of Island of Culture 2014. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks very much for joining us today. So Michael, could you tell us a little bit about the Island of Culture 2014?
Well, I'm so excited now that Island of Culture is just a few days away, because we've been planning this for about 2.5 years, and it's going to be a complete celebration of all that is happening in the Isle of Man, within the arts, within culture, throughout the island for the whole year. So it's a very exciting year.
And what can we expect to see and do? Have you got any events planned?
We've got all sorts of things planned, and I must say people that have come forward, because the idea was that the communities themselves would come forward with ideas, and they really have. And so throughout the island there are all sorts of ideas coming forward: brass bands, craft, art, you name it. And it's going to happen in 2014. Obviously, there'll be some highlights and then, nothing happening maybe for a little while. But most days, there'll be something somewhere in connection with Island of Culture and, of course, our fabulous stamps.
Great. It's great to see the Manx community really getting involved, and as they always do.
Well, it's what I hoped for right from the beginning. And our first event, of course, that's being planned is the Manx Passion, because they'll be into rehearsal, although it won't be happening until Easter. They're into rehearsal from the 3rd of January. And we've got over 100 people from the community, not the usual actors that come forward, but people from the community, actors, singers, dancers, musicians, people helping backstage, costume makers. So it's really going to be a different event.
It's nice to see sort of unknown talents coming through in this way.
Absolutely. And what we hoped for from the beginning was that it might involve some of the people that have come to live on the island. And so we have got some Africans in it, we've got some Indians, and so that's really great.
Yeah, shows the multicultural society that we live in now, doesn't it?
Very much so, yeah.
And how will the stamps fit in to the Island of Culture?
Oh, well, I think the stamps are fantastic, and well done to Juan, because I think they're iconic, and we've also had permission not only to use them on the stamps, but for all our marketing. So I'm hoping that within a few weeks in the Isle of Man, you'll see one of Juan's designs and you'll know it's Island of Culture, and of course representing the stamp. So that's great.
Well, they're striking, they're definitely iconic, as Michael says, so they're very recognisable. And Juan, how did you find designing the stamp issue?
Well, as an illustrator, I've sort of established a bit of a style, a way of working, and one of the things that I think is iconic and notorious about my work is that I replace people's heads with other things.
Yeah.
I was obviously very proud to be asked to do the stamps for the not only for the Island of Culture, but for the Isle of Man in general, being Manx and everything. But I was very clear I didn't really want to do your typical Brad ahead, Laxey wheel stuff. I feel this is an opportunity to do something a bit more contemporary. And, certainly since I've been, I came back to the island after a time away about 7 years ago. And in that time, I've seen a massive change in art over here. There's so many more contemporary artists here, which is great, And it's great to sort of represent that in a way, which is good. But I'm no stranger to tight deadlines. This was quite a tight project.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pleased with the way they turned out. It's great.
Well, it's first out in the new year, and Christmas is always a time where there's a lot of downtime, printers finish early, so tight deadlines more so than usual. And you're further supporting the Island of Culture Festival with the daily blog.
Yes.
Throughout 2014. Can you tell us a little bit about that, where we can find the blog and what will feature?
Yeah, the blog starts on the 1st of January and runs all the way through to the 31st of December 2014. And it seemed like a really good idea when I suggested it, but now I'm starting to see how much work it is, and it's going to be fantastic. But it's producing one artwork a day. I'm putting it on the blog, which will be at imageadayim, all one word, at blogspot.com. But you'll see a lot of that everywhere soon. Yeah. But from my point of view as a commercial artist, I've always had to work, well, not had to, but I've kind of worked with traditional medium like paint or something that's physical, because I show my work in physical spaces, and I sell it to make a living, really. So this is quite exciting in that I'll be able to explore more digital work or photographic work, that I'm not doing for commercial purposes. So I'm quite excited about it. I feel like I'm about to start an art foundation course all over again. It's great. I can't wait.
To seeing it. It's very interesting and inspiring. And finally, 2014, we're opening the the Island of Culture Festival with a launch at the Villa Marina on the 6th of January, where Isle of Man stamps cultural issues from the past 40 years will be shown for a 3-week period, and the stamp artwork will be there. But have you got any other exhibitions during the year where people can see your artwork?
The blog will probably take up most of the year. I have a few commitments off island. I'm part of an art collective in the US, and we have a show in April, I think. But I only have to submit 3 or 4 artworks to that. And I do another show every year in Cornwall, which is where I did my degree, and it's always nice to go back to Cornwall as well. But on the island, it'll be the blog. But I think for Manx people, it's 365 artworks for them to look at, so they're getting a good deal.
It's enough, isn't it? I think.
It's fine.
Well, thank you very much. So the Island of Culture stamp issue contains the mint set of stamps, also the CTO cancelled to order set, the first day cover, presentation pack, and we also have taken the music stamp, which we've lovingly called the Fiddlehead, for our Europa 2014 stamp, which also comes in a sheet of 10 stamps and a specially designed first day cover. To order the products, you can go onto our website, which is www.iomstamps.com. Alternatively, you can phone us on 01 624 698 430.